Shalom, shalom, shalom. I want to start off by giving our praise to the mighty God, the only creator of the heaven and earth and everything in it, by saying hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
This is me and my wife, Ataria. Y'all know who I am. I'm Zanya. And we coming to y'all with this video about tithe. It ain't going to be no long video or nothing like that. We just going to get to some key points. But before we get started, we want to start by reading 2 Chronicles chapter 6, verse 5 and 6. And the Torah she will be reading tonight. So let's go. Let's get started.
Verse 5.
Excuse me if the camera is a little crooked. We've been trying to mount it up or whatever we try to do. So y'all bear with us. Thank you.
Oh, and we're reading out of the, let's see.
The Holy Name Bible. And this is on the computer. This is the King James Version.
Yeah.
So,
this was based off the King James.
Yeah, based off the King James. Okay. We ready.
Since the day that I brought forth my people out of the land of Egypt, I chose no city among all the tribes of Israel to build an house, and that my name might be there. Neither chose I any man to be a ruler over my people Israel, but I have chosen Jerusalem that my name might be there, and have chosen David to be over my people Israel.
So I just want y'all to let that just sink in for a minute. He says, since the day that I brought forth my people out of the land of Egypt, I chose no city among all the tribes of Israel to build and house in. To build and house in, that my name might be there. Neither chose I any man to be a ruler over my people Israel. But I have chosen Jerusalem, that my name might be there, and have chosen David to rule over my people. Wow. Y'all go and read that. Okay, we're gonna keep moving. I just wanted to throw that out there in the beginning of this video. But we're gonna keep it moving to we're gonna go to Deuteronomy chapter 12. Let's get there. My wife, she already there. She thinks she fast. That's our babies. Okay, we're gonna read Deuteronomy chapter 12, verses 1 through 18.
Yeah, I think it reads a little different on this one too.
Might read a little different, but y'all bear with it. That's why we got it up on the screen, because I don't know if everybody got the Holy Name Bible, but I know people got King James, so y'all just bear with us. We is in Deuteronomy 12. We're gonna start at verse 1.
We reading the whole chapter, right?
We're reading to verse 18.
Verse 18? Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yes, ma'am.
18. Okay. These are the statutes and the ordinance which ye shall observe to do in the land which Yah thy Elohim of thy fathers giveth thee to possess it, all the days that ye live upon the earth. Ye shall utterly destroy all the places wherein the nations which ye shall dispossess serve their idols upon the high mountains and upon the hills and under every green tree. And ye shall overthrow their altars and break their statues and burn their sacred poles with fire. And ye shall hew down the graven images of their idols and destroy the names of them out of that place. Ye shall not do so unto Yah your Elohim, but into the place which Yah your Elohim shall choose out of all your tribes to place his name there. Even into his habitation shall you seek, and there thou shalt come. And there ye shall bring your burnt offerings and your sacrifices and your tithes and heave offerings of your hand, and your vows and your free will offerings, and the firstling of your herds and of your flocks. And there you shall eat before Yah your Elohim.
And there you shall eat and there you should eat before Yah, your Elohim. Then you know right there, tithes wasn't money, but we're going to continue. Go ahead.
And ye shall rejoice in all that ye put your hands unto ye and your households, wherein Yah thy Elohim hath blessed thee.
Mm-hmm.
Ye shall not do after all the things that we do here this day, every man whatsoever is right in his own eyes.
Did y'all hear that? You shall not do after all the things that we do here this day, every man whatsoever is right in his own eyes. Okay, read.
For ye are not as ye come to the rest and to the inheritance which Yah your Elohim giveth you. But when you go over Jordan and dwell in the land which Yah your Elohim giveth you to inherit, and when he giveth you rest from all your enemies round about, so that ye dwell in safety.
Okay. Read.
Then there shall be a place which Yah your Elohim shall choose to call his name to dwell there.
Then there shall be a place which Yah your Elohim shall choose to cause his name to dwell there. Read.
Oh, where we at again?
Oh, my bad. Dwell there, right here. We on 11.
Oh, then there shall be a place which Yah your Elohim shall choose to call his name to dwell there. There shall ye bring all that I command you, your burnt offerings and your sacrifices, your tithes and your heave offering of your hand, and all your choice vows will ye vow unto Yah. And ye shall rejoice before Yah your Elohim, ye and your sons and your daughters and your men servants and your maid servants and the Levite that is within your gates, for as much as he have no part nor inheritance with you.
Okay, read.
You want 18? Okay, take heed to thyself that thou offer not thy burnt offerings in every place that thou seest.
Hold on. Take heed to thyself that thou offer not thy burnt offering in every place that thou seest. Read.
But in the place which Yah shall choose in one of thy tribes, there thou shalt offer thy burnt offerings, and there thou shalt do all that I command thee. Notwithstanding thou mayest kill and eat flesh in all thy gates.
Mm-hmm.
Whatsoever thy soul desireth after, according to the blessings of Yah thy Elohim, which he have given thee, the unclean and the clean may eat thereof, as of the roebuck and as of the harts.
Mm-hmm.
Only ye shall not eat the blood, ye shall pour it upon the earth as water. Thou mayest not eat within thy gates the tithe of thy corn,
That corn,
or of thy wine,
or that wine,
or of the oil,
or thy oil,
or the firstling of thy herds,
the first of thy herd, the first of thy offspring of our animals. That's what this means right here. Okay.
or of thy flock,
Of thy flock,
nor any of thy vows which thou vowest, nor thy free will offering or heave offering of thy hand.
Okay.
But thou must eat them before Yah thy Elohim in the place which Yah thy Elohim shall choose, thou and thy sons and thy daughter and thy maidservant.
Did y'all hear that in the beginning of 18? But thou must eat them before Yah thy Elohim in the place which thou, Yah thy Elohim, shall choose, not anywhere. Tithe was not money, it was food. Okay, continue.
Thy manservant and thy maidservant and the Levite that is within thy gates, and thou shalt rejoice before Yah thy Elohim in all that thou puttest thy hands into.
Hallelujah. So we get into the nitty gritty of this, you know what I'm saying? What we point out here is tithes was not money. Y'all haven't heard not once we said anything about money. You know what I'm saying? We said a lot about food, but we ain't say anything about money. So we're going to move to Deuteronomy chapter 14. We're going to start at verse 21.
Okay, you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Verse 21.
Yes.
You should not.
Hold on. Let me get the people right up here. My bad. I'm forgetting all about y'all. Hold on. Let me get it right. My computer. I've been clicking it too many times. We doing this because we want y'all to see it too. So,
verses 21 through 29, I think. Okay.
Okay, we ready. Verse 21, it reads.
Wait.
Yeah, I gotta excuse me. I had said something to my wife, so excuse
me. Okay, 21.
Yes.
You shall not eat of anything that dieth of itself. Mm-hmm. Thou shalt give it unto the stranger that is in thy gates, that he may eat it, or thou mayest sell it unto an alien. Mm-hmm. For thou art an holy people unto Yah thy Elohim. Thou shalt not boil a kid in his mother's milk. Thou shalt truly tithe all the increase of thy seed, that the field bringeth forth year by year. Mm-hmm. And thou shalt eat before Yah thy Elohim in the place which he shall choose to place his name there.
Okay, pause 1 second. It said, and thou shalt eat before Yah in the place which he shall choose to place his name there. The tithe of thy corn, of thy wine, and of thy oil, and the firstlings of thy herd and of thy flock, that thou may learn to fear Yah thy Elohim always. I don't see no money there. And over here in captivity, people, Yah do not place his name over here in captivity. He places it over there in Jerusalem, and we're gonna get to that. So continue reading.
And if the way be too long for thee, so that thou art not able to carry it, or if the place be too far from thee, which Yah thy Elohim shall choose to set his name there.
Okay.
When Yah thy Elohim have blessed thee, then shalt thou turn it into money, and bind up the money in thy hand, and shall go unto the place which Yah thy Elohim shall choose.
Thou shalt turn it into money. Now, y'all pay attention to this right here. Pay attention to what she's about to read. And thou bind up the money in thy hand, and shall go unto the place which Yah thy Elohim shall choose. There it is again. The place Yah shall choose. Okay, 26.
And thou shalt bestow that money for whatsoever thy soul lusteth after.
Ooh.
For oxen, or for sheep, or for wine, or for strong drink, or for whatsoever thy soul desire.
Okay.
And thou shalt eat there before Yah thy Elohim, and thou shalt rejoice, thou and thy household.
Oh wow! Why the Most High didn't just keep the money? They turned it into money right here. But why the Most High just didn't say, bring me that money? Because tithes wasn't money, my brothers and sisters. They wasn't money. It wasn't money. Okay, continue reading.
And the Levite that is within thy gates, thou shalt not forsake him, for he have no part nor inheritance with thee. At the end of 3 years, thou shalt bring forth all the tithe of thy increase the same year, and shall lay it up within thy gates. And the Levite, because he have no part nor inheritance with thee.
No parts, no inheritance with thee. Okay.
And the stranger, and the fatherless, and the widow, which are within thy gates, shall come and shall eat, and be satisfied, that Yah thy Elohim may bless thee in all the work of thy hands which thou doest.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Now listen here. The tithes was for the Levites, which none of us know who we are. And it was for the stranger, the fatherless, and the widow. Wow. Do y'all see that? Let me highlight that for you. Don't nobody over here in captivity know that they are Levites. You know what I'm saying? We might be strangers. We're strangers because it's just a strange land. This is not our land. But we are not Levites. We don't even supposed to get that. We ain't even in our land, for one. And tithes was not money. So we're going to continue. Like I said, I don't want to make a long video. Listen, my wife want to say something. You want to say something?
Not at this moment.
Okay. And if anybody have any questions about anything, y'all please leave a comment on the bottom of this video. And y'all share y'all input, because it's all about sharing and getting the word correctly. You feel what I'm saying? But I know for one and for a fact that tithes are money. Hallelujah. So we're going to go to Nehemiah 10, verse 34 through 39. She's still quicker than me, y'all, with the book. I got to scroll all the way back up and stuff. We're going to Nehemiah 10.
I'm starting at 34, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, man. So, y'all got to excuse me. She quicker than me. She ready to read. Hallelujah. Okay. We doing this so everybody can get a see in what we talking about. We starting at 34 right here.
Yeah. Okay, 30.
Okay, we right here, y'all. Highlight it for you.
And okay, you said 34, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And we cast the lots among the priests, the Levites, and the people for the wood offering to bring it into the house of our Elohim, after the houses of our fathers, at times appointed year by year, to burn upon the altar of Yah our Elohim, as it is written in the law, and to bring the first fruits of our ground and the first fruits of all trees year by year,
Continue until the house of Yah. Okay, bring the first fruit of our ground and the first fruit of all trees year by year. Why it still ain't saying money, my brothers and sisters? Continue reading, baby.
Okay, I'm on 36, right?
Yes.
Also the firstborn of our sons and of our cattle, as it is written in the law, and the firstlings of our herds and of our flocks, to bring to the house of our Elohim, and to the priests that minister in the house of our Elohim.
To the priest. The priest is the Levite, right? Yes. The priest is the Levite that minister in the house of our Elohim. We don't have a house over here because Yah ain't put no house in captivity. And I'm going to let my wife share something to y'all about that house and about the temple when we get done. Continue to read, baby.
And that we should bring the first fruits of our dough and our offerings, and the fruit of all manner of trees, of wine, and of oil, and to the priests, to the chambers.
Oh, man, why not money?
To the chambers of the house of our Elohim, and the tithes of our ground.
Of our ground?
Unto the Levites, that the same Levites might have the tithes in all the cities of our tillage.
Right.
And the priests, the sons of Aaron, shall be with the Levites when the Levites take tithes.
The Levite take tithes. When it said when the Levite take tithes, now I'm seeing that correctly, right?
That's what it said.
That's what it said. The Levite that take tithes, right? Now continue with.
And the Levites shall bring up the tithe of the tithes into the house of our Elohim, to the chambers, into the treasure house. For the children of Israel and the children of Levi shall bring the offering of the corn, of the new wine, and the oil, unto the chambers, where are the vessels of the sanctuary, and the priests that minister, and the porters, and the singers, and we will not forsake the house of our Elohim.
Will not forsake the house of our Elohim. Where is Yah's house?
In Jerusalem.
You sure they ain't over here in captivity?
No.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
Well, that's where he placed his name, but we don't have that temple right now.
We don't have that temple right now. Okay. I'm just checking, see where you at. Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to go to Malachi 3, verse 8. This is the book that a lot of teachers, preachers, they be one of the youth pastors. This is the verse that they like to go to, but they don't read. They don't read it all. This is the verse that I'm going to show y'all that it was in the land, not in captivity. Yeah. Let me go to it if I can pull it up and put it. I told y'all she be ready.
And I want to say something on this because in Malachi chapter 1, you can see that they in the land.
Yes.
On verse 10, I think. Yeah, on verse 10, you can see that they in the land, and he talking to, the people for not bringing him the tithes and doing all that false stuff in his house.
Yes. Okay, this is where we start. We're going to read 8 through 10. Y'all listen very carefully. I'm going to go and highlight this all right here. Y'all just listen very carefully what she's about to read.
Yeah, that's why y'all getting on them about not bringing the tithe, because they were supposed to be bringing it when they was in the land.
And okay. Y'all heard that right? Okay, read.
Okay, 8. Will a man rob Elohim? Yet ye have robbed me, but ye say, wherein have we robbed thee in tithes and offerings? Ye are cursed with a curse, for ye have robbed me, even this whole nation. Bring ye all the tithes into the storehouse, that there may be food in my house.
Whoa, pause. Bring ye all the tithes unto the storehouse, that there may be meat in my house. Did he give us a storehouse over in captivity? No. Continue reading. The storehouse is over there in Jerusalem, where he places his name. Y'all remember what we read, right? In the beginning, 2 Chronicles 6. Okay.
And prove me now herewith, said Yah of hosts, if I will not open you the windows of heaven and pour you out a blessing, that there shall not be room enough to receive it.
Did y'all see that? This is the part that get me. Bring ye all the tithes into the storehouse. Where's y'all storehouse? Where's y'all treasure house? Over there in Jerusalem. That there may be meat in my house. Why we just couldn't bring the money? It wasn't about money. It ain't even about money. The tithes was food. It was food for the Levite, the stranger, the fatherless, and the widow. My wife want to say something.
But for pastors, preachers, teachers, it's about money
it's
for
about
them.
Money. They turn it into money because the time we in now. So,
because y'all don't change.
Y'all do not change. My brothers and sisters, the Most High do not change. Excuse me. Tithes will always be food. Don't let people take y'all hard-earned money.
Because we the strangers.
We are
in
the
this
stranger
land right
in this
now.
land. This is a strange land. So do not give y'all money to these teachers, these preachers, these pastors. Please, my brothers and sisters, because you are strangers in this strange land.
Or these mores.
Hallelujah. Because all you doing is making them rich while we continue to be broke and poor. Please, my brothers and sisters. So I'm going to leave y'all. I want my wife to tell y'all what she told me about the Most High Temple. I'm this off the tide, but I want her to tell y'all what she told me, and it made plenty sense.
But before I say that,
okay.
I want to just say, in Deuteronomy chapter 12, what we read, he basically telling us what we supposed to do in the land that we going to possess. And,
yes.
And those things are, forever. He didn't change that because Yah does not change.
No, he don't.
It says that in Malachi 3, verse 6.
Hallelujah. And I just want to let y'all know, everybody have a voice when it comes to seeking the Most High Yah. We don't lean onto our own understanding. We lean to Yah's understanding and His word. So my brothers and sisters, if y'all got any more scriptures y'all can bring out, y'all welcome to put them on the bottom of my comment board. And I would try, or if y'all have any questions, I would try to answer all of them that I can answer. But I want to lead y'all. I want everybody to read Numbers 18. I want y'all to read the whole chapter, and y'all tell me what y'all take from that chapter. And I want to shout out Mikey, Ahaba's son, for that chapter and that verse. So I want y'all to read it, comment on the bottom of this video, and let me know what y'all think about that chapter. You know what I'm saying? Because we are seeking and serving Yah. We don't need no sanctuary. We don't need none of that, because the Most High told us to seek Him and we shall find. He didn't tell us to go to a sanctuary or a class. We got to read it for ourselves to get an understanding from the Most High. So we just want to say we thank y'all for tuning into this video, me and Taria, and we hope to do more of these we just don't want to make a real long video. We want to stay to the topic here and the topic there. You see what I'm saying? So y'all get to it. And hold on, my wife want to say this part about that.
Yeah. Okay. What I want to say was, it came into my mind about this. I was thinking, if we was being disobedient, not obeying His law, statute, commandments in the land, and He kicked us out for those things, for not doing what He told us to do, He allowed someone to come in and burn down His temple, kick us out, and put us in captivity. So why would He give us a place of in captivity? If we might as well could have stayed in our own land.
Tell them.
You see what I'm saying? If we was doing what He told us to do,
Tell
he kicked us out because we don't do it. We didn't do it. So you think He would give us a sanctuary over here in the land of our captivity when He kicked us out of our own land for not obeying Him?
In the land of our
that just ain't adding up or making sense to me. We supposed to be over here accepting the punishment like He told us to do.
Yes.
We trying to do things that Yah said not to do in this place.
We trying to still follow the ways of the other nations. Because the Christians got churches, Israelites want churches. The Most High told us not to follow them.
Yeah, and it's still causing us to sin against Yah because we're doing something He told us not to do.
Yes, we do not need to lean onto a man understanding, but we need to lean onto Yah's understanding.
They want that money.
Because if you look at it, an Israelite sanctuary is just like a Christian church. You see what I'm saying? It just got Hebrew words on it. But we want to thank y'all for watching it, and we will try to do more videos. You know what I'm saying? So we just give our praise and our glory to the only one of heaven, earth, and sea and everything in it by saying hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
We enjoy this. Praise God. Okay, we're going to go to 2 Chronicles 34, verses 8 through 11. 2 Chronicles 34, 8 through 11.
Okay, you ready?
Yes.
Now, in the 18th year of his reign, when he had purged the land and the house, he sent Shaphan, the son of Azaliah, and Maaseiah, the governor of the city, and Joah, the son of Joaz, the recorder, to repair the house of Yah, his Elohim. And when they came to Hilkiah, the high priest, they delivered the money that was brought into the house of Elohim, which the Levites that kept the doors had gathered of the hand of Manasseh and Ephraim, and of all the remnant of Israel, and of all Judah and Benjamin, and they returned to Jerusalem. And they put it in the hand of the workmen that had the oversight of the house of Yah, and they gave it to the workmen that wrought in the house of Yah to repair and restore the house. Even to the artificers and builders gave they it to buy hewn stones and timber for couplings, and to floor the houses which the king of Judah had destroyed.
Now, the reason we brought y'all here to this verse, because these teachers, mores, pastors, so they like to say that this is what they did for the upkeep of the sanctuary. One, we never had a sanctuary in captivity. Two, this wasn't tithe money. It does not say anything about tithe money. But you know why? Because we mentioned that tithes was not money. It was not money. But they like to take you here to make you feel like it was money. But nowhere in this scripture it say tithe. They brought tithe money up to pay them. Nowhere in this scripture it don't say that. It wasn't tithe money, because tithe, it wasn't money. Excuse me. Tithe was not money. You see what I'm saying? It was food. You want to say something?
Yeah, and the Levite didn't get the money. They gave it to the workers, the people who was doing the work to repair the house. So it wasn't the tithe money, and I guess they couldn't pay it in food.
So I tell my brothers and sisters, question these teachers. Don't just accept anything. Don't accept anything.
Stand up for Yah.
Stand up for Yah. Please.